to Cyber Speedway on the Sega Saturn. This is an arcade racing game similar to F-Zero or Wipeout. This is from 1995, actually, so before F-Zero X, and I'm not even sure that it might be before Wipeout as well. So I'm streaming this right now, mainly doing it for the purpose of later YouTube upload. This is my first time playing the game, it's my second time. I tested it out a little bit last night, but I wanted to just get some good capture of it because there's not really any good demos that I could find on YouTube at least. I'm hoping that the volume balance is okay. It's been really quiet in my other recent uploads, but anyway. So I'm going to do one demo race and then I'm going to look at the manual so that I can... Oh, don't tell me my arcade or my controller was off. Okay, no, we're good. I'm going to do a demo race and I'm going to look at the manual. I wanted that to be in the video just so that if anyone is looking at this as reference, they can see an explanation of some of the controls without needing to look up the manual themselves. So you can see there's a really rudimentary basic main menu. Controls are brake, accelerator, shot, and then the right and left boost. Those aren't like the strafe controls in F-Zero, so we'll see what those are later. Then there's the first person and far away cams. So I'm just gonna use the default controls. And I'll do one in free run mode, and then the rest will do the story mode. So I'll just, since the story mode's gonna have other characters, I think I'll do a time trial here. And they're called sleds for some reason. I'm not really sure. They're sort of your basic. One's good at steering, one's high speed, one has high acceleration. The handicap one, as far as I can tell, is what the title says. It's just slower than the other ones. I don't really get it, and maybe it'll have some purpose in the story mode. So I'm just gonna use... I guess I'll just use the default one to start with. I tried them all out last night. And the courses, there are 10 different courses, 2 on each planet. And the level 2 courses do seem a bit harder than the level 1 courses. So since we're probably going to be starting on Terra, I'm going to guess, in story mode, I'll do a time trial of... Evoflammas. Pretty strange name for a planet. Oh, okay. And this has this trench in the center with lava. You fall down and it'll slow you down a lot. So I have a boost meter and a shield meter. The shield meter, as you can expect, decreases as I take that, or as I hit walls or get shot by other ships. The boost meter, though, there's no like forward boost button like there is in an F-Zero game. Instead, you've got those right and left boosts that I mentioned in the control menu. And I don't know exactly how they're intended to be used. That's why I want to check the manual, but you can see... yeah, I don't want to be in this trench down here. You can see the way I'm kind of using them is to assist during turns, so I don't have to slow down at all. It's an odd system. I don't know how much depth that's going to have, but it feels fun to start with. And the sound effect makes it sound like you're punching the car around the corner. So naturally, as a Saturn game, there's no analog control here. Well, actually, that's not true. There could be analog control for a Saturn game, but I'm using the D-pad to control it. I don't know if the circle pad... I'm not a Saturn guy, so I don't know if the circle pad was available in 95, or if that was something that the game would be programmed for. But it feels okay with the D-pad. And show you this first person cam, and you can see that the turning is actually really smooth once you take away like the bouncing of the ship model. So they're really short courses. It's that's a 22-second lap. So yeah, I think content-wise, it's probably going to be a kind of small game unless story mode has something pretty deep going on, which I wouldn't really put my money on. Um, so let's switch over and look at the manual for a second and see an explanation of the controls. So, oh yeah, so you may have noticed this. It's pretty unusual music. It's like rock music, and it says here on the cover features music by the Bygone Dogs. I don't know who those are, but obviously it's a '90s rock band. And I don't know if that was. I'm guessing it wasn't written for the game, because it was used only in the North American release of the game, which is what I'm playing here. I couldn't find a Japanese version, and because I want to play the story mode, I didn't want to play it in Japanese anyway. But there is a different Japanese soundtrack, and I'll probably look that up later. I'm not going to read the story. You can go look that up if you want. Uh, so the controls, it at least shows the D-pad controller, not a circle pad or anything like that. So we can assume that's what it's meant to be played with. Those are just all the explanations of the controls I just gave. I didn't show the weapons, but we'll see that. Oh, here we go. It does support the steering controller. Well, I don't have one of those, so not going to worry about that. Racing a la mode. Okay. This is, yeah, just mode explanation, all the stuff you'd expect. Oh, there's a course record somewhere, and I guess I skipped over that in the options menu, but that's cool that it keeps track of your times. And this is more just mode explanation. Oh, here we go. Select settings to find, this will be important probably, fine tune your sled before the action begins. Special settings available depend on your performance in the previous race. Press the D-pad up or down to choose which feature you wish to adjust. Press left or right to make your setting. Yeah. So that's interesting. So that hopefully will add a little depth to the story mode. Explanation of the HUD. Boost decreases as you use your boost functions to thrust your sled left and right for extra steering control. Your boost capacity recharges with time. Oh wait, what is power measures the acceleration? Okay. Result screen. There's some kind of scoring system. I'm not really gonna look at that right now. Okay, looks like it's actually gonna determine how many continues you get. So maybe the story mode's gonna be more of an arcade mode actually. Uh, More mode explanation. Okay, here we go. Details about the sleds. Um, Terra, this Earth-made sled features high speed, stable steering. Its all-around performance is complemented by a robust body. Caladesia, produced by Earth's archenemy in the current war, this sled has the highest speeds of all models available. It gives an edge on straightaways, but cornering is tricky. Alcmaeon, bounded military alliance to Earth, display their ingenuity in this sled, which is notable for its stable cornering. I don't actually the image here. I don't know if this is how clearly this is visible in the video capture, but the the stats actually of this ship don't match what they are in the game. So that might have to do with the story mode settings that were shown above. drums produce this sled. The acceleration type, it boosts high acceleration and deceleration response, but lacks flat-out speed. And Cerebun is a neutral party in the current disputes. Sled represents the culmination of technological expertise, solid overall performance, notably stable cornering, and powerful acceleration. But why it's called the handicap type? And the stats with a 1 in speed, steering, and brake doesn't actually seem like it would be balanced. So either there's under the hood stats that we can't see, which a lot of times is the case with racing games, or they're not intended to be balanced. So there's a standard and advanced level course. That's what I mentioned about the level 1 and level 2 courses on each planet. This is just a little description of the planets. Skip over that. I probably should have previewed the manual before doing this. Okay. Getting Cyber Speedway ahead. I can't figure out the grammar of what that means. Pick up rockets on the courses you race. Use your weapons sparingly to destroy obstacles and slow down other racers. Don't waste time. Yeah, you've got a max capacity of 5. They're non-participating sleds on the track. They don't affect your position directly. Crash into them and they will affect your time. So that's kind of like F-Zero, where you've got the back markers. The original F-Zero, that is, for Super Nintendo. That's the game that this reminds me of most so far. Get to know each course well. Keep referring to the map. Action is too fast. Take everything on the spur of the moment. So if you're not prepared, yeah, I mean, memorize the courses. You're always going to need to do that in a racing game. You need to know what turn is coming next. Conduct thorough research on the courses in free run mode. Gives you an opportunity to equate yourself. That's kind of repeating what it said before. Hear voice say warning, you're under fire, and watch for shortcuts on the advanced level courses. I did find one of those last night. It was actually really obvious. Little cave that you could use to cut across a long U-turn. Whoa, special thanks to Dave Grohl of Nirvana, apparently. And here's some info about Bygone Dogs. You can contact them at 415-267-1891. Wonder what that phone number is now. Okay, so I was actually hoping for some slightly more detailed information on how you're supposed to use the boosts. But I probably have had my expectations raised by the F-Zero X manual, which has like an explanation of racing lines and stuff like that. That's really helpful. So that's all we get. Then an ad for Panzer Dragoon. So the rest is going to be, I'm going to have to figure out myself. Which it could be very simple, could be very hard. We'll see how the difficulty is in the story mode. So let's play story mode. I guess this is a let's play, now that I say that. Alright, naturally we're going to start at the standard level. And these menus are so basic, not even background art.
No doubt you've seen me on the news blitz. I'm a sled jockey competing to represent Earth at the Cyber Speedway. You know how important the races are. It's more civilized than all-out war. So when I win the right to race for Earth, my victories will guarantee prosperity for our planet. Why am I so confident? Well, last night, Nod Morgan, he's my chief mechanic, and I were settling our nerves a bit at a local watering hole and hashing over some race strategies when the situation took a decided turn for the better. Colonel Dopp, the commanding officer of Earth's cyber race team, tracked me down and informed me that I've been selected to race in the final trial. One more race and you all will finally learn what I've always known. Just who is the best. My next race is the last test. When it's over, I'll be the driver representing Earth. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get down to the briefing room to meet with Nod and Colonel Dopp once more before the race starts. Wish me luck.
Alright, so we've got a bit of an anime style story here with some pretty amateurish sounding voice acting. But it's cool that they had the like some actual artwork.
Greetings, Mr. Shaw. Well,
It's still
today
going.
is indeed your big day, isn't it? As you know, I'm Colonel Dobbs. And as CEO of Earth's Cyber Race Team, allow me to welcome you to the planetary finals. The final test is a simple one. You will face one other driver, and all you will need to do is defeat him. The winner becomes Earth's representative at the Cyber Speedway. Is that understood? Good. Prepare yourself, Shaw. I have high hopes for you.
I hope you're feeling fast, kid, because this is it, the big time. Your hover sled's been tuned and primed. All you have to do is saddle up and win this race. Now, remember, even though this is a qualifying race, all the weapons in this go-round are real, so watch your tailpipe.
It really gives me PC game vibes. It's so unusual. I feel like in a console game to see, um, just artwork like that, basically, like static artwork with voiceover over it. Maybe because it's so cheap, and PC games tend to be a lot cheaper in those days. All right, so my engine, steering, and brake are set to neutral, no special. Um, Looks like I can change these things. The manual mentioned this being something that was based on your previous race performance, so maybe to start with, we've got everything. When I select one, when I make a choice, it automatically closes the menu. So we'll just leave everything on neutral right now. I have no idea what it's going to control like, and I didn't get to choose my sled, so I guess I'm going to probably just have to use the Terra one. Yeah, maybe the other ones might be multiplayer only. Alright, and I start without any rockets. And that item that I just picked up there, you can see it's a rocket. So as far as I know, the rockets aren't any use if you're in the lead. There was a back marker that I passed. I think the animation of the ship looks really impressive. The rest of the graphics, maybe sometimes it's a little hard to make out. But don't want to sound like I'm complaining, because I actually think the game looks quite nice. So I'm going to just do 5 laps here. Totally lost sight of the opponent on the radar. That's a good thing I did a little practice in the trial mode. Still holding that cut. Oh yeah, I'll show the far away again. So, when my ship, or if I release the accelerator briefly, like the default cam,
Lap 4.
if I release the accelerator and press it again, that actually uses a little bit of boost and does this sort of like forward punch of the ship. It doesn't actually seem to speed me up to do that though. So I'm not sure what that is there for. That was actually one of the main things I was hoping that the manual would mention, and I didn't see anything about it. I would say it's just or I would surmise that it's just a visual quirk, if not for the fact that it does use some of your boost meter. I'm not sure And one of the big questions with this racing is going to be, is it faster to use the brake or to use the side boost to make it around tight turns? You can't take it full speed. I'm not really making any attempt to follow the racing line just because it's I don't know the game well enough at this point, and it's slow to use the controls. Or it's just D-pad controls. If you play racing games, you probably know what I mean. Alright, so you get points for being in first place for each lap, looks like. Then the first place finish is a bonus. The rockets and shield remaining, and my total score ended up being 2,260. So if that's going to determine whether I get continues, I guess I will need to pay attention.
Allow me to congratulate you on an excellent race, and to confer upon you the honor of representing Earth this season at the Cyber Speedway. Good show. Nevertheless, it's far too early to relax. The real races are still yet to come. Shortly we shall be boarding a transport to the planet Glacies en route to the first race. Gather your personal effects, and do refrain from being late.
Kind of has a feeling of like that was episode 1,
Man,
this
it's
episode
cold
2
here on Glacies.
TV show.
Well, we made it. This is the real deal. I'm gonna hustle down to the briefing room and warm up before the race. I'll see you down there.
Put on a long sleeve shirt.
Greetings, Terra and Glacies. Skimmit, we are called. Alchemion's grey machine, we are pilot. Impressive are your racing skills, we are instructed. Yet Glacies, different races than Terra. A peaceful alliance enjoys our world. May you and we endeavor for victory alike and the same.
Sorry, I had to mute my mic for that. I guess I know why they're
Now,
called
in
the
this race,
handicap
only the
racers.
top 3 finishers make it to the next round. The green obstruction sled, it's on autopilot and doesn't count in the rankings. But from now on, you'll be competing with sleds from each of the other star systems. On this track, you need to watch for ice pillars and slick curves inside the tunnels. You got it? Now let's go. Keep an eye on your setting for the steering. Hey kid, you want to hear something cool? I just picked up some new hardware for your machine. It's called a booster reactor. This will reduce your booster drain during the race. Pretty slick if you ask me.
Okay, so maybe that's going to be one of the special items. Yeah, so now you can see I can select this boost, but there's no choice. So you can't choose the shield or weapon setting. So since that's a new thing, I'm not going to tweak any of the other settings. We'll just keep going from here. With everything set to neutral. It's too bad you can't tweak those settings in the time trial mode because it's going to be hard to experiment, I think. Oh, got my finger on the wrong button. Oops. So I guess that bizarre alien that just talked to us is the favorite for this race. So that's because I noticed that the yellow handicap ship was the one in first place. At least it was. Oh, he grabbed the rocket.
Lap 2 warning.
Oh my goodness. Direction. Alright, let's see if I can hit this guy with a rocket. That's a good shot.
Lap 3.
Out. So I was a little bit way too early, actually. slightly. Gonna hit it once I get closer.
Lap 4. Final lap.
The red is right on my tail right now. Luckily, I've got rockets, so I can hit him with a few passes, hopefully. So I did lose a lot of shield in that race. I guess that's going to hurt my score, but should be a good deal. Oh, so much for Mayon. They're supposed to be the favorites and came in 5th place. 0 points. Now we get to see everyone's name for the first time. And my score was actually, I guess total score, maybe that's adding to the previous race. Because that's not what I'm seeing here, doesn't add up to 4,000.
Superb racing, Shaw.
Oh, thanks.
Vastitas is a pretty rocky world, kid. Not exactly what I'd call a vacation paradise. I'm headed down to the briefing room to get things prepped. I'll see you down there.
You're not doing too badly out there, Shaw. I'm Draconin, Cerebin's driver. You may think Earth's racing technology is decades ahead of Cerebin's, but drivers, not sleds, win races. Skills on my side, Earthling, so you'd better have luck on yours if you hope to even come in a close second. I'll be looking for you in my rearview sensors.
She seems a little more evolved than the previous opponent.
Round 3 will begin soon. Now, this track has narrow paths bounded by rough areas that slow down even the best sleds, so do your best to try to stay on the track. It's going to be tough to stay in the lead, but I think you can do it. You ready? This track has a lot of sandy areas, so you'll need max power from your engine. This is straight from the labs, Clay. Still experimental. It's called a power shield. You can use it to keep your shield drained down. It means less worry about enemy fire and more focus on speed and steering.
Okay, so I think he recommended me there a setting for my engine. He said, do you want max power? So we'll set that. And then the shield special was unlocked. I mean, boost seems better to me. But yeah, we'll stick with boost unless I get killed during the next race. And if they're gonna give me recommendations, I guess I'll stick with neutral for the other settings. I didn't use the brake at all in the previous race. I did use it in the first race for that hairpin, but I'm not sure if that was better or worse than side boosts. I was like riding up the side of the cliff there. I don't remember if I actually tried this course last night. I don't track is gone. Okay. Got no rockets right now. Hit these guys.
Lap 2.
It's on the inside course here. Should be shorter. Did I get him? I think I missed. Rockets are really slow. It actually seems like it's going to be hard to hit with these. Oh, whoa. I didn't expect to crash through that. Nice shot, buddy. Let's take it off.
Lap 3.
So I'm out of rockets now. And it looks like they may not regenerate on the course, so it's possible that between all races there's just a fixed amount of rockets. Oh, okay. Let's do more of that. You can't see very far ahead, as you might notice, which is, you need to memorize courses anyway, as I mentioned in racing games, but seeing some of the stuff coming out, I have a lot of time to react.
Lap 4.
So I tend to be understeering a lot, and that's kind of typical with the D-pad, because I sort of like tap to steer to get the right angle, to get the correct angle. And that's kind of a slow way of doing it. I think that actually
Final lap.
sort of, that's a pretty good shot. Didn't have to get me. It was right on me. Get these. Oh, wow, it's off the track. It's future people taking care of a racing course. Oh, he's right on me. It's close. So that the red AI looked a little bit rubber bandy. I guess that is, I think that's the high speed car, so it does kind of make sense that it would catch up to me on a straightaway like it did, because it didn't seem like I had done anything wrong at the time that he caught up to me. So yeah, maybe it's not rubber banded.
Superb racing, Shaw.
Man of many words.
Wow! I never thought I'd live long enough to see as strange a sky as here on Nubes. Now, this race is going to be tough, but I know you're up to it. I think the Calidasian challenger is overconfident. You can use that against him.
Oh my god.
Pardon me, sir, but are you the celebrated Mr. Shaw? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Zahanik of Calidasia. It is my great honor to serve the will of the Hive by achieving victory as the pilot of the Red Imperial Racer. I forget all past wars between our peoples, Mr. Shaw, and prepare to take the field honorably. As you well know, The Emperor reigned supreme in the races last season. And should I fail in this race against you, His Imperial Highness's disappointment with me will be severe. Regardless, I respect your skill, and I wish you luck.
This is like a visual novel racing game.
Okay, this is round 4. I hope you're ready. This course is short and narrow. It was built in the air above the surface of this gas planet. Watch the corners, kid. If you fall behind, it'll be tough to catch up again, so don't fall behind. You got it? Okay, let's go.
Got it.
It's a short track. You'll want to focus on your cornering and braking.
Okay, so once again, he gave me some advice about how to balance my sled. So we'll put the engine back to neutral, and then we'll, oh boy, heavy or light steering. Well, light, I would think, would be more responsive steering. So, yeah, we'll just have to try it. Oops. And then he said focus on your brakes as well. So maybe hard brakes, even though I still am not really using the brake much. And yeah, the shield didn't end up being necessary last time. So let's just stick with boost. Even though I guess the shield could get us more points. I don't think that's that important just yet.
Lap 2.
Bad shot. Okay, so yeah, the light steering definitely feels more responsive. Oh no. That's gonna mess me up.
Warning. Lap 3.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
Lap 4.
Rainy. So there's that, there's an extra path there that goes up and around. It looks like it's slower. Like the benefit is you can pick up some rockets.
Final lap.
That really seems worth taking. We're doing it. Oh, turn up my mic. Thanks, Big Malone. Tell me if the volume is better. Yeah, my last stream it was everything was really quiet. So I tried turning up the game volume. So there's gonna be some dialogue coming up from the game. So tell me if you can hear that all right. And yeah, the maybe Kusage thing is yeah, because this is a wild card game.
Superb racing, Shaw.
Hoo-wee! It's hot here on Evoflammas. I'm working up a sweat just standing here. I guess I'll head for the briefing room, huh? Well, let's show the locals some real heat, huh?
Hey there, hotshot. You're Shaw, right? How does it feel to be second best, loser? That's right, you heard me. If you're wondering who the winner's gonna be, my name's Drook. I'll be in the sleek black cyber sled you're gonna see pass you by at the beginning of the race. I don't think we'll be seeing too much of each other after that. Until I lap you. Glory to the drum. See ya.
Yeah, I love the soda can in his hand.
You've done a great job in getting this far, kid. This is the final race of the season. If you come in first, we can all stand proud. If you blow it, Earth faces another long year serving the hive. If you give it everything you've got, you can't lose. You got that? All right. Now go burn up that track. Speed will be important on this one. We should switch your engine type to maximize velocity.
Okay, so he said speed is important. So we'll switch engine to... Oh, I didn't even notice before that it's power versus speed instead of... I guess that's power would be your acceleration setting in the balance, like when you've got that slider in F-Zero X. So we'll go back to neutral for steering. I didn't really like the light steering. And once again, I'm still not really using the brakes, so I'm going to set that to neutral, and we're going to leave the special on boost, because that's not hurting me at all. And this is the final race of the season. I don't know if this is going to have a save feature. It didn't seem like it, since there wasn't a load anywhere. So... I think this will probably have to keep going after this. Okay, and this is the course I did for the time trial before. Whoa, my steering feels really slow now. After I had it on light last time. Get rockets here. Oh, I got 3 already. Okay, so my speed now, you can see, has gone up to 311. So that must be why this steering feels less responsive. Because I think it was only about 290 something before. Gonna drown. It's not appropriate lyrics for a lava planet.
Left 3.
Okay, good. The sound balance is decent. I probably need to talk louder as well. I think I mumble into the mic, and that might be a problem. But after this stream is done, I'll go back and listen to it, and I might actually redo it if I don't like the sound of it. Because I want to upload this as a Let's Play to YouTube. That's the main reason I'm doing this. Okay, wow, I like it better with the top speed balance on the engine. Because I've been leaving a lot of turning on the table, basically. A lot of leeway.
Final lap.
If you're not using your brakes to make turns, it's kind of a sign that you are not going fast enough. And sometimes in arcade racing games, they just don't expect you to use the brake at all. That's pretty normal, but just in general, rule of thumb in racing, if you don't have to slow down to make a turn, then you need to go faster. I'm not necessarily making an LP channel. I just already have a channel with a ton of just random gaming content mostly. I don't ever expect any of this stuff to get watched, really. It's more for my own reference. Just, you know, to remember games that I think are interesting or want to revisit.
Way to go, kid. You did it. But the fun's just beginning. That was only the preliminaries. Real victory is waiting for you in the advanced level. I'll be there to help you beat the odds. Let's move.
He disappeared, then came back, and then... Oh, yeah, that's right. There was that selection at the beginning of standard versus advanced mode. So I guess that's the clear of the easy mode. Yeah, exactly. Like, looking at your old gameplay is useful, or it can be interesting. And I've got a lot of buddies uh, that play games, and it's a social thing. Streaming. I think we were just talking about it in Brian's stream last night, talking about it just being a social experience. So, one of your buddies asked, "Oh, what's another cool racing game like F-Zero?" You can show them this and say like, "Oh, it's Cyber Speedway. It's this Sega Saturn game." So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to give advanced mode a try. So I think that advanced mode is going to be, well, I'm hoping that it's hard enough to defeat me. And so I want to give it one try, and then if I don't make it through, I'll probably end the stream there, and then keep or do some more attempts tomorrow.
So Jaw's the name. No doubt you've seen me on the news blitz. I'm a sled jockey competing to represent.
Oh, wait a minute.
Cyber Speedway.
Is the story going to be the same?
The races are. It's more civilized than all-out war.
Yeah, well, you got that.
When I win the right to race for Earth, my victories will guarantee prosperity for our planet. Why am I so confident? Well, last night, Nod Morgan, he's my chief mechanic, and I were settling our nerves a bit at a local watering hole and hashing over some race strategies when the situation took a decided turn for the better. Colonel Dopp, the commanding officer of Earth's cyber race team, tracked me down and informed me that I've been selected to race in the final trial. One more race and you all will finally learn what I've always known. Just who is the best. My next race is the last test. When it's over, I'll be the driver representing Earth. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get down to the briefing room to meet with Nod and Colonel Dopp once more before the race starts. Wish me luck.
Generally, I just try not to talk over dialogue in the game, even though we've already heard that speech.
Greetings, Mr. Shaw. Well, today is indeed your big day, isn't it? As you know, I'm Colonel Dops, and as CEO of Earth's Cyber Race Team, allow me to welcome you to the planetary finals. The final test is a simple one. You will face one other driver, and all you'll need to do is defeat him. The winner becomes Earth's representative at the Cyber Speedway. Is that understood? Good. Prepare yourself, Shaw. I have high hopes for you.
He has a colonel, but he's wearing like a
I hope
tuxedo.
you're feeling fast, kid, because this is it. The big time. Your hover sled's been tuned and primed. All you have to do is saddle up and win this race. Now, remember, even though this is a qualifying race, all the weapons in this go-round are real, so watch your tailpipe.
Okay, so it actually looks like advanced mode is just going to repeat all the story dialogue from normal mode. So that's a little disappointing, actually. I was hoping that there would be a second story, but we'll see when we get to the next racer if there's anything different. I think I'm still going to leave all the dialogue in so that I can, if I want, upload them as separate videos. Actually, that is probably what I'll do rather than uploading a 2 or 3 hour video to YouTube. So this time, the courses are going to be harder, so I don't want to mess around too much with the settings, but actually I am going to mess around with the settings because, like I said, it'd be interesting to have to do a couple attempts at this. I'll be disappointed if I beat this on the first try, I guess is essentially what I'm saying. And at no point was I allowed to set the special to weapon, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And I'm also still not allowed to choose a craft. So you can see, compared to last time, I got off to a really slow start there, and that's because I changed the balance from power to speed on the engine. And I changed the steering to heavy, and boy, I gotta tell you, it feels really heavy now. Holding on to the D-pad.
Lap 2.
I think this is my favorite song of all the tracks. I like the Evoflammas one too, though. I'll get out of the way. Oh, I'm out of boost. I'm used to having near infinite boost from that power up that you get. I just noticed this isn't even showing me my lap times. It's like an F-Zero. These extra cars on the track really do make it a lot harder. I guess that, I compared to F-Zero, but that's kind of like the Outruns thing as well. It's just you got traffic that you gotta work through. It's weird though, I really like it in Outrun, and I really hate it in F-Zero. I think it's just the actual implementation of it, I think, is better in Outrun. I think it's, the game is just a lot less dynamic. It bounces you around a lot less. Here it's kind of in between. I don't know, I haven't been playing this for that long.
Final lap.
Alright, once again, the S-dummy that I'm racing against or whatever is long gone. Can't even see him on the radar. I used my brake there because I remembered it exists. Probably should have used it there too. It doesn't show me lap times, which makes it a little bit hard to evaluate tweaking the statistics of the ship. I guess it gives me the total time, so 2:07. And maybe that's if I want to get a little more value from this.
Allow me to congratulate you on an excellent race, and to confer upon you the honor of representing Earth this season at the Cyber Speedway. Good show. Nevertheless, it's far too early to relax. The real races are still yet to come. Shortly, we shall be boarding a transport to the planet Glacies en route to the first race. Gather your personal effects and do refrain from being late.
Oh, yeah, so what I was saying before that, the dialogue cut me off. Oh, it's going to cut me off again.
Man, it's cold here on Glacies. Well, we made it. This is the real deal. I'm gonna hustle down to the briefing room and warm up before the race. I'll see you down there.
This is my favorite.
Terra Shaw. Skemmit, we are cold. This day the grey machine of Alchemaon we are pilot and captain. Your racing skills reports to us a fierce competitor you are made. The events of last season repeats must not, as the Caladacians' cruel one. At cost any, defeated they must.
Okay, so now we've got some new dialogue. That was referenced last season.
From now on, only the winner goes to the next round, kid. In this race, the green obstruction sled is on autopilot and won't count in the rankings. But remember, you are competing with sleds from each of the other star systems. This course has a series of drops, but it shouldn't be too bad. You'll need to watch out for ice pillars and other obstacles. You got it? Alright, what do we do here? It looks pretty straight, except for a few obstacles, so you might want to set the steering heavy. Hey kid, you want to hear something cool? I just picked up some new hardware for your machine. It's called a booster reactor. This will reduce your booster drain during the race. Pretty slick if you ask me.
So this is interesting because it's mixing old and new dialogue. Like the thing about the boost special is the exact same thing he told me last time. But the part about drops in the course, I think, was specific to this course and this advanced course. And so was the advice about setting the steering to heavy. Pretty sure, unless I was like zoning out last time. So we'll set it to neutral, heavy, neutral. Actually, I think I'm going to leave the brakes on. Well, no, I'll leave them on neutral. I need to overthink it. Oh, right. What I was going to say is to get a little more longevity out of the game, I might go back and try to get some better times on these. I don't know why my ship bounced to the right when I started. Oops. Okay, I need the brake for that turn. I wasn't looking at the radar. Okay, so I just passed over the short... Right. Getting crushed here. Ah, pinch. I just passed by the shortcut cave, so I'll try to grab that on the next lap. If I could straighten out, I can get a rocket off. There we go, direct hit. Too slow on brakes there. So here you can see a little cave shortcut. Cave stream. No, I think that's a pretty huge shortcut. It cut off an entire hairpin turn. So it might be really easy to win this using that. Maybe I shouldn't use it. It's like in the first track in Virtua Racing has a huge shortcut that I don't like taking. It just feels like you're not playing the game at that point. I mean, I get that it's meta, or I mean that it's an arcade racer, so blah blah shortcuts, but really Virtua Racing is more of a sim racer in nature. Jet Moto? No, I've never actually played Jet Moto. I haven't played many PlayStation racing games. I'm not sure really that I've played any. I normally play N64 if I want like an arcade style racing game. I've been playing... What got me in the mood for this is that I've been playing Redout, which is a recent, like 2017 maybe, F-Zero clone. And I like it a lot. And I was doing a little research on this company, Next Tech, which they actually made Ranger X and Granada, which are going to be on the upcoming Sega Genesis Mini 2. And I was looking at other games they made, and this was one of them. I believe they made this after they were sold to Sega. Alright, that was really easy. Yeah, maybe I'll do... I enjoy playing this game, and you know, I'm big on arcade racers, so maybe I'll do some more, like, stream Let's Plays of arcade racing games. Of course, when they're really hard, I don't know that I'll be able to do a lot of commentary over them, but I do enjoy playing these games a lot.
Superb racing, Shaw.
It's like my second favorite genre, probably, after shmups.
Vastitas is a pretty rocky world, kid. Not exactly what I'd call a vacation paradise. I'm headed down to the briefing room to get things prepped. I'll see you down there.
Nice racing so far, Earthling Shaw. Of course, it's not hard with a sled as advanced as yours. Why don't we switch sleds for a while and see what happens? I'll bet I'll make champion in yours, and you won't even be able to finish in my yellow clunker. No? Well, no matter. I'll teach you respect for the people of Cerebin, Earthling. You'll be lucky to come in second.
This is some real beta stuff she's giving me about my sled's not that
This one's gonna
good.
be a bumpy ride, Clay. Most of the sandy areas will bog you down. Be very careful and make sure you stay on the track, all right? Doesn't look like there's any sharp curves. Might want to set the steering heavy for more stability. This is straight from the labs, Clay. Still experimental. It's called a power shield. You can use it to keep your shield drained down. It means less worry about enemy fire and more focus on speed and steering.
Okay. So he once again gave the advice for heavy steering. So I'm going to keep all the settings as they are. I don't know where the shortcut is on this track, but they did mention that the advanced tracks, the manual mentions the advanced tracks all have shortcuts. The guy tells me there's no sharp turns on the track, and then what do we start with? A hairpin and then a right angle. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember this from when I was demoing it last night. You gotta stay on top of that ridge in the center. And I don't have any rockets. That would have been a good time to get a shot off. Alright, I need a break. There. Oh, big time oversteer. Alright, I got a rocket now. Oh man. And there we go, I fall off the ridge. That was unnecessary. Did I get him? Wow, looks like I almost got him, but not quite. her, I guess I should say. I think this is... No way! What, does she have infinite missiles? That's like 15 warnings. Oh, get out of the way, man. Alright, that was clean. Oh shoot, I'm in the dirt.
Lap 4.
I think I might need to change the brakes. They don't seem good enough to slow me down.
Final lap.
Alright, I still got a pretty comfy lead. Really just about not falling in the dirt, I guess. Yikes. Oversteered a lot there. Advanced mode almost seems easier. But let's not speak too soon. There's still a few more races to go. Wait, I was in second place? Oh, I totally lost sight of the first place driver. Okay, no wonder it seemed easy. Yeah, okay. So that means I'm gonna have to repeat it.
I'm sorry, lad. It's not quite as easy as it seems, is it? Don't be discouraged. If you train hard, you could well take the honors next season. Until then, you are dismissed.
This is a very casual response to the Earth losing a race that
Hey, kid, you're not really gonna give up now, are you?
results in subjugation to an alien empire. Alright.
All right, that's what I want to hear. This one's gonna be a bumpy ride, Clay. Most of the sandy areas will bog you down. Be very careful and make sure you stay on the track, all right? Doesn't look like there's any sharp curves. Might want to set the steering heavy for more stability.
Alright, so this will give us a chance to experiment with the machine settings. So I'm gonna turn the... I'm gonna go with the high-speed engine, because it just seems like it's been better. I don't think he's right about the sharp curves and setting the steering to heavy. And I'm gonna turn up the brake to hard. If there's any sort of like boost dart timing like there is in a lot of these arcade racers, I don't know what it is, so that was a weak start. Or I mean, they're all just kind of weak starts. I'm banging into the wall a lot too much.
Lap 2.
Yeah, so black is in second and red is in first. So I lost sight of last time. on the dirt again. Yeah, I really need to get up on that ridge there. I think I'm losing a lot of time by not getting up there. Overcorrecting. Alright, so let's stay right. Oh, I couldn't get over there in time.
Lap 4.
That's hard.
Final lap.
That was one hell of a rocket shot, man. We're good at that. Alright, second place again. Yeah, rolling start. Yeah, I love Daytona. That's maybe my favorite arcade racer. Can't get much better than that. I do like F-Zero X a lot too, though. The course design in F-Zero X is just so creative and interesting that every track is its own game unto itself. I think, especially given that there's like 25 tracks or something like that, it's really at a different level. Than a lot of, I was playing Wipeout 64 the other day, and that has, again, it's sort of like this game,
You're not really gonna give up now.
6 planets or something like that.
All right, that's what I want to hear.
Alright, so I got another continue from points, I guess. So we got a few more tries here.
This one's gonna. Doesn't look like there's any.
I got it, buddy. So let's forget the speed setting on the engine. Yeah, actually, I'm just going to try putting everything back to neutral. Really bouncing around a lot this time. Alright, there we go.
Lap 2.
Managed to get up there that time. Brake too early. They're doing the same warning spam again. Where is Red? He's out of sight completely. I really got caught up with all that contact in lap 1. almost a pretty good lap. I don't have a good feel about EV dive boosts. That was bad.
Final lap.
Not gonna catch up. Definitely want to use the brake on that hairpin. That seems right. Yeah, I get too close to these walls and they bounce you off really hard. Tough getting up there. Yeah. I need to be looking at my times actually. I don't tell you the first place time. Okay, so that was 2:12.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're sorry that the Earth has to serve an alien race. I guess the plot is sort of similar to G Gundam,
All right, that's what I want to hear.
which is like, in G Gundam, it's like the wrestling
This
matches
one's gonna be a bumpy ride.
or
Doesn't
the
look like it.
control of the Earth. And here it's
Check
races
this
instead.
out.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the heavy steering. I think actually that could have been right. Neutral brake feels good. Let's try setting the engine to power. Oh, come on. Guy jammed me up.
Lap 2.
They'll see him.
Lap 3. Lap 4.
Gaining a little bit. That didn't help. Oh no. Look in the outside lane.
Final lap.
Alright, that one was a lot closer. I had red in my sights for most of the race. But still made quite a few mistakes. I think if I stay on track there with these settings, I should be able to win this one. So I'm not going to mess with the ship settings at all this time. 209, so that was 3 seconds faster than last time. So I probably just need to take about 2 seconds off that. 207.
Hey, kid. All right.
We got another continue.
This one.
Okay, so the engine's power, steering's heavy. You know, I'm just gonna try hard brake. There's only one turn I'm using it on right now, which is that hairpin. And it might help me make that a little bit faster. Some rockets. Honestly, I think the brake is worse now. This song is just such an early 90s rock song.
Left 3.
Black is such a dick. He doesn't like getting past. He lives inside of red again.
Left 4.
It's got the brake back where it was before. Doesn't feel right now. That cost me.
Final lap.
Oops. I pressed the shoot button instead of the brake. I totally lost red. I actually thought that one felt a bit cleaner, but I was way far behind red. It might have to do with how much he's crashing into other ships. Let's see what the time was. Ah, 2:11, so I guess it was quite a bit slower.
I'm sorry.
Hey, kid. All right, that's what I want.
Alright, I've probably got 2 more continues left after this one because I'll get enough points
Doesn't look
to
like
earn another one. So let's reset the brakes to neutral and just go like this. This was the config where I did the 209. That felt like a big start. Maybe a brake and a side boost would help with that turn. Right on me. Grab some rockets.
Left 2.
I think I hit it. Right on top.
Left 3.
Come on, get out of here. It's autopilot cars. Oops.
Left 4.
That was a bit bouncy. Thought I had that shot. That's my last rocket.
Final left.
That turn felt good. Oh no. I wanted to be. Alright, right drop back a lot. With that rocket hit, I think. Alright, got it. Alright, that's more like it. That was a good challenge. I actually had to get my route together there. Time was still just 209 though. Were still enough mistakes in there, but I guess that big rocket hit
Superb racing.
helped me out a lot.
Wow! I never thought I'd live long enough to see as strange a sky as here on Nubes. Now, this race is going to be tough, but I know you're up to it. I think the Calidasian challenger is overconfident. You can use that against him.
Pardon me, sir, but are you the celebrated Mr. Shaw? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Zahanik. I serve the will of the Hive as pilot of Calidasia's Red Imperial Racer. Your skill in piloting rivals even my own, but I fear that I cannot lose, for the honor of the Hive is at stake. The champion of last season's race, His Highness, will be furious if I fail to bring home victory this season. Calidasia must reign supreme.
Yep, I heard that.
This track is pretty long, with a lot of straightaways you can use to pick up speed. You need to watch out for the sharp curve at the end of the course. There's no obstacles to speak of, so keep an eye on your enemies. Looks like a pretty long course. Might want to lean towards speed for the engine and leave your steering in the middle.
All right, we'll go with his recommendations again. Speed on the engine, steering neutral, and I'll leave the brake neutral because that's been working. Still no reason to switch from boost to shield for the special. Yeah, see, I didn't get that kickstart that time. Why am I seeing like flames up ahead of me? Whatever that sparking effect is. I guess these guys are just really going at it.
Warning.
So this is another course I haven't seen before. When I was practicing last night, I only tried out about half the courses. Alright, so the path on the right there looks like another one of those where you can grab a lot of rockets. It's almost like a pit stop in a way. It reminds me of the way that F-Zero or Wipeout would split the pit stop off onto a little side path. Yeah, definitely need the speed balance here. A really long straight shot.
Lap 3.
Oh, man. Too far to make that shot.
Warning.
Some of these slopes are like a hard wall. You don't ride up onto them. I'm not even in front of you yet.
Lap 4.
Yeah, that's how you do it, buddy. One missile. Aim it. Okay, I think maybe I have a new idea for how to use the side boost. And it might be to kick myself around a turn sideways. Yeah, that wasn't an appropriate turn to use it, but this will be. Oh, not if I take it on the inside.
Final lap.
Alright, I'm not gonna win this one, but I'm not too far back either, because I can see him on the radar at least. I see him catching up. That's a bad shot. Feels good to hit one of those green guys, though. That was close. He wasn't too far ahead of me. Okay, I need to take a quick break, and I will be back. Alright, I'm back. .323 was my time there. And I was just behind Red over the finish line, so I guess 320 is about what I should be going for. This is a somewhat longer race.
I'm sorry, lad. It's not quite as easy as it seems, is it? Don't be discouraged. If you train hard, you could well take the honors next season. Until then, you are dismissed.
Right, so I just wanted to see if it was different dialogue for losing in a different race.
Hey, kid, you're not really gonna give up now, are you? All right, that's what I want to hear. This track is pretty long, with a lot of straightaways you can use to pick up speed. You need to watch out for the sharp curve at the end of the course. There's no obstacles to speak of. Looks like a pretty long...
Okay, so for my settings, speed definitely, neutral steering, I think was fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave settings the way they are. Seem pretty doable. Just a good start. Stop swerving all over the track. Got hit from behind and that slowed me down. Can I hit one of these guys? Got red. Get out of here. Get some rockets. Oh no.
Lap 2.
A bit off there. Crash right into the wall. God for shield systems. The way you bounce down that Terra feels really nice. The bounciness of these crafts in general feels good. I was looking at Wikipedia just for some basic info on the game, and it had a bunch of quotes from magazine reviews, like with a lot of older games from the time of its release. And it was interesting that the quotes chosen by, well, I guess first of all that people read it, but also the quotes chosen by whoever put the Wikipedia together were all about how, like, it's not a realistic hovercraft racing game. Like, one of the reviewers was like, this is never how a hovercraft would control. They experience traction just like anything else. And someone else was saying, like, you know, hovercrafts aren't a good choice for a racing game because they don't have the same complexity of dynamics as wheeled racers do. First, and I thought it was funny, first of all, because those two things are totally contradictory, but also just the idea that, like, the perspective, I guess it's like I don't know, I associate this with Western games and PC games, but this perspective that, like, it has to be a realistic hovercraft racing game, like, you're pinned in by that, as if it's not a fantasy game and totally up to the authors to make whatever vehicle dynamics of whatever complexity they want. I do think that comes into play some in that, not in this game specifically, but in arcade racing games, in that when you have, like, weird behaviors like side boosts, exactly how to use that is something that the players have to figure out on their own, whereas real racing, you know, like an F1 racing game, relative to the accuracy of the simulation, you are basically working off of tactics and everything that are based on real driving, like 100 years of history of real driving. So there's not a lot of figuring out on your end you need to do, except when it comes to the controls specifics. Alright, so I nailed that one. And I guess that rocket shot in lap 1 on the red guy probably helped me out a lot to get a lead and not have to push past him. Sorry, Zahanek. It was 323 last time. I said I was going for 320, so 319.
Superb racing, Shaw.
Alright, Evoflammas, final round. I think I've got 1 continue left. Maybe 2 from points.
Ooh-wee. It's hot here on Evoflammas. I'm working up a sweat just standing here. I guess I'll head for the briefing room, huh? Well, let's show the locals some real heat, huh? Hey, you. Yeah, you. You're Shaw, ain't you? Well, look, you may think you're hot stuff back on Terra, but here on Evoflammas, I'm what's cooking. Yeah, I'm Drook. I'm in the sleek black cyber sled. I know you heard of me. When we're through racing today, the crowds will still be cheering my name as they ship you back home in disgrace. Give it up now. Maybe you can save your hide and sneak off planet before they start the race. Glory to the drum! See ya.
See ya. Glory to the drum! These all have... The last 2 of these had a really long pause afterwards. I bet the Japanese dialogue was longer.
This one's a pretty complicated track. If you come in first, you're in the finals. It's now or never, Clay. Do us proud. Watch out for the lava, Clay. It's hot. Don't be melting my sled now. The course itself ain't bad, but there's a lot of obstacles. I want to lean toward power on that engine.
Okay. Once again, go for this wreck. Power for the engine. I still don't have... Oh, I do have a weapon special now. When did that get unlocked? Oh, I don't want to... I want to stick with boost. And he said if I win this one, then I'll be in the final. So I guess there is going to be like a boss track, essentially, at the end that the standard mode didn't have. No kickstart. What's going on the radar right now? Okay. Stop.
Lap 2.
Well, that's good first lap. So this course is a lot flatter than the last 2 courses. Actually, I think the ice course had a lot of altitude changes too. So this one kind of feels simpler. And it doesn't even have that lava trench that was in the standard version of the Evoflammas track, or the standard track on Evoflammas.
Lap 4.
There it is, right on top of me. It also seems like there's not really a rival system like I expected at first, based on the character dialogues. kind of seen in every race. It's always red in first, black in second, probably gray in third, and yellow in last. I haven't really dropped back there too often. Not that there's a point system or traditional points allotment system anyway. It doesn't really matter. It's triggered. Is this just gonna keep going? Okay, finally. Easy. Okay, so it's really just that middle race on that dirt track that was giving me a hard time. $239, not that it matters since that was first place. Now we get to see the extra track. Armasatelles. Oh yeah, this was mentioned in the manual, now that I think about it.
We finally made it, kid. The finals. It's showtime. Welcome to Armasatelles, the galaxy's finest collection of gears and levers. Now look, you need to relax before the race. Don't let the other drivers get on your nerves. All you need to think about is getting across the finish line first. I'll go make sure the sled is in tip-top shape.
Sure. Fall to your knees before Magyar, Emperor of Caladesia, champion of the race. Despite your clever victory against my late servant, Zahonic, you are now powerless against me. I shall enter the final race at the helm of the Red Imperial Racer, and I pity any, including you, who face me in the field. Prepare to taste bitter defeat, Shaw, both for yourself and for all of humanity.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. You said the late Zahadek, so the guy...
Great work, Shaw.
Right.
This is the last race. It's all or nothing at this point. Lose, and all of our hard work will have been wasted. Keep your eye on Magria, the Caladasian Emperor. His throne rides on this race, and he'll stop at nothing to retain his grip on the hive. Good luck, Clay. Make me proud.
I don't
All right,
care.
This
if
is
you're
it.
proud.
It's the last race, win or lose. There's some long straightaways, so you'll want more speed on your engine. But there's some sharp curves, so watch your braking and steering. You'll need all your wits about you to get you through this one.
Yes, I don't know exactly what that means when he says watch your braking and steering. Yeah, see, I did really well on that last track, so I don't even know if I want to switch off power on the engine, because I feel like maybe that was helping me out. But we'll once again just go with the recommendation. Speed, I guess maybe he meant use light steering. I'm not going to tweak the brakes. That hasn't helped me out so far. But yeah, so that red racer that was giving us so much trouble, the pilot has been killed. Rip. It's a really wide course so far. Not a good line. Okay. Traps on the course. Everyone else seems to be way faster here.
Lap 2.
It's never been the case that they were all spaced out so far. I messed up that turn the same way as last time. Man, there's not a lot of room to get around these. The light steering is a bit over-responsive. Get off! Man. Ah, there's a miss. Out of rockets now.
Lap 3.
Red isn't that far ahead. I did glance him on the radar. Yeah, popped up again for a second there. I think that's another one where I need to brake and I boost. I haven't found any shortcuts on these tracks. Oh, my shield's getting low from all those landmines I've been hitting. I need to brake there.
Lap 4.
Long race, as one would expect. Still pretty slow in that turn. Boost. Here's the missile flurry. Not directed at me for once.
Final lap.
Ah, that was a direct hit. I might actually go down this time. Shield is almost gone. That's break. Man, dropped all the way to 5th at the end there. That's disappointing. Oh, or did I die? It said retire. Did I die as I crossed the finish line?
Hey, kid, you're not really gonna give up now, are you?
Alright, I've earned some more continues
All right, that's what I want to hear.
from points. So I guess that's why you always want to try to go for the best position possible, even if
Great
you're not going to
work,
come in
Sean.
first,
This
because
is the
it can
last
get you
race.
some
It's
continues.
All right.
Alright, I really don't like the light steering. I'm going to go back to the power engine too. And we'll try it just like this. Is it time to get out the shield, though? I'm curious about this weapon, and I've got continues to spare. No big deal if I don't finish it in this run. Driving third person again. It looks cooler. Even though I think first person is definitely a lot easier. No rockets yet. Way late to respond on that. Turn sequence. I need to brake there. Definitely need to brake there. These are like super chicanes. Whoa, check out that huge explosion. Some more rockets. The weapon power up. Looks like there could be a shortcut to the left there. It looks like I'm gonna lose this later on in the race. I'll try it out. Carnage. Seems almost like your rockets can't miss once you get that. If you're gonna use that power, all that stuff. There's some really weird turn sequences on this track. Okay, that might have been a shortcut too. There's a path to the right there. It's pretty suspicious looking. Don't see red anywhere. Brake and 2 side boosts for that turn. Oh man. Didn't see that one coming. What's the flip at? Yeah, I think where I passed right there, the thing is, like, it looks like a shortcut, but it might be a place where the track crosses over itself. 'Cause it doesn't actually look like, looking at the map, that would shortcut me ahead on the map. Whereas the other one I mentioned before, the hairpin, does look like it would take me across the hairpin, basically. Yeah, that right there. Wow, I think I get retired again. Ah, there it goes. Alright, good. We get another increase in difficulty here. So, I think that it might actually be worth taking the shield item. I don't think I need the extra boost. The weapon is cool, but I don't think it's going to win the race for me.
Great. All right.
And I'm going to I think I'm gonna leave my machine settings. Of course, the thing is, when I don't finish, I don't get a time. So it's a little hard to gauge whether it was an improvement or not. But I've still got so many mistakes, and times don't mean a ton. I think I've got one more attempt left after this, so I'm gonna test out some of these shortcuts, or shortcut-looking spots. Alright, so this is the first one. Alright. I definitely can't cut across there. Okay, and there's no option to restart, which makes sense given that this is a continue-based system. And you want to get the points. Right there was the place where the track crosses over itself. That last jump. So that might have to do with the shortcut. And you can see here the track crossed over itself again. Oh, that actually was the spot where I wanted to try going down that weird alley.
Lap 2.
So there, I think letting off the brake is good enough. No need to miss it again. No need to side boost or brake. Just let off the gas. I think I may have said let off the brake. Whatever.
Lap 3.
Definitely feeling the brake and then double boost for the hairpin. Losing control. There we go. God. Oh my god. Is that a shortcut? Oh, it looks like I think I moved ahead of place, so I think it may have been a shortcut.
Lap 4.
Kind of tough to hit, and I'm gonna have to deal with those mines. But it'll probably help me win. I'm not sure if I actually remembered to switch to the shield special. I did not. So I'm at low health again. Okay, now I see on the map how it cuts ahead.
Final lap.
I think I took that guy out. I'm about to be taking out myself. Oh. I hope that didn't take me backwards, but it definitely did. Okay, so that's interesting. You miss the shortcut, you can fall into the trench, and you get taken way far back. So you don't want to overdo it. Oh no, I want to cross the finish line. Well, I finished that time, and more importantly, I figured out where the shortcut is. So I can definitely do this on the next try. It's gonna be tough though. If I get like 2,000 points on the next try, I think that
Hey, kid, you're not really gonna give up now.
that'll be enough for another continue. So I might get one more
Alright,
try
that's what
after
I
this
wanna
one.
hear.
Great work, Shaw. This is the last race. It's all or nothing at this point. Lose, and all of our hard work...
Unless you have
All right,
extra
this
continues, then it's not all or nothing. Okay, so I think the settings are good, but I want this extra shield because of all these landmines. There it is. See, this is the thing about chase cam. When I go around like that hairpin turn, I can't see in front of me for like a second longer than if I was in first-person cam and seeing directly ahead of the ship, because the ship ends up going like perpendicular to the camera basically, and that's not specific to this game. That's chase cam in general. In arcade games, I mean, I guess it can be in sim games too. Alright, nice, in first place now. But it just doesn't give you as good a picture of the course as when you're in first person, and there's also the whole matter of interpreting which direction your craft is actually moving. Since in chase cam, it's not going to be exactly where you're looking. And you don't want to always have to look at the craft, so it's something you have to get used to for the game you're playing, like what the angle lag is, or you do have to look at the craft, and that's really not where you should be looking. When you're racing, you should be looking at the road ahead, as basically as far forward as you can see. Alright, here comes the shortcut. First. My shield's still in pretty good shape, and now that I've taken out some of those landmines, there shouldn't be too much race. And it seemed almost impossible to get through the shortcut without hitting any landmines. I think it's just a price you have to pay. I barely missed him. Shortcut. Oh man. fewer. Need to get by. And I'm just barely keeping the lead, even with the cut.
Lap 4.
Get out of here. Oh man, it's gonna slow me now, huh? Motherfuckers. Man, I'm gonna hit every landmine there before the race is over. Fortunately, that shortcut is right at the end of the track, so it should let me cut ahead at the beginning or at the end of the final lap.
Final lap.
Shouldn't have side boosted there. That was stupid. Shoot, hang on. No, that's not the right way to do that sequence. I messed it all up. I don't mess up my entry into the shortcut. Oh man, right on top of me. That was a close call. Thought I had it, but I messed up that turn sequence right before the shortcut, and that cost me a lot of time. So I think I would have been in first if not for that. But I think I'll get enough points here to take me to 21,000, which will be another continue. Oh, 20,960 points. If I just kept one more rocket, no, 2 more rockets, or a tiny bit more shield, I would have made it. Alright, I didn't beat it on the first try. It was close, but the game just barely got the best of me. Gonna stop recording. I'm gonna give one more attempt to advanced mode here. And I think if I have to continue at all, I'll probably stop. But it's only been 2 hours, and I'm enjoying the game. So I'm gonna give it another try now that I know the courses. Just need to grab a drink of water quickly. And I'll be right back. Let's give one last run to advanced mode. Then I might try out actually some other racing game on stream, but this will be the end of the Let's Play content. Of course, I don't remember what the best settings were for all the races now. They weren't always the recommended. And I'm curious whether that unlocked the extra track. I'm guessing, like, maybe if I finish, that would unlock the extra course for time trials. Yeah, I can't practice it. Actually, I'm just gonna quickly practice this advanced desert course, because this is the one that I had a lot of trouble with. Oh, I probably should have picked versus CPU to practice. The song.
Lap 2. Lap 3.
Yeah, I think I'm just overdoing it with the side boosts here. I just bounce around between walls. Miss the ridge.
Lap 4. Final lap.
Play light on the brakes there. Man, yeah, it's just like climb there. Maybe you should double boost on that S turn too. And jumped. So I think I really should be going for a 24 lap, because none of those laps were good. And the best I did was 25. But I can't see my lap time in the story mode, so it's hard to adjust. And there's, of course, the other racers to throw you off. So I'm not going to spend any more time practicing. I'm just going to go right into story mode and do one more run. I don't want to listen to the dialogue this time, so I guess
Clay Shaw's the name. No doubt.
for Let's Play purposes, this won't be great, but just a few minutes of it, and I'm not sitting through it all again.
Greetings, Miss.
I hope you...
I'm gonna try doing try the soft brakes. And then I'm gonna try sticking with the engine on the power setting every time. Because it seems like I was getting the best results that way. Maybe I need to swap the weapon and brake button. They're opposite of how I would normally have it set to.
Lap 2.
I know, what am I doing? I guess it doesn't really matter for this race. This is just a warm-up, basically. Which is too bad, because I do like these Terra courses. They're nice and wide, so it gives you a lot of room to find a racing line. Which is something that arcade racers don't do a lot of times. They tend to just give you a really narrow course. So all the challenges are staying on the course. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, that's a lot easier to understand. No. I'm gonna see myself off the course.
Lap 4.
I wonder if this one even has a shortcut. Not much just standing out to me. Maybe like across the water or something. It does look like, based on the map, there could be a cut across the water. But I can imagine needing it.
Final lap.
I'm now the head racer for Earth. I guess that gives you
Allow
a
me
head
to
start with points towards the first extra credit. So I didn't have any trouble with this course last time, although actually it is the one with the most obstacles to avoid. I guess that's the gimmick of the stage, so to speak.
From now, all right. What do we? Hey.
There's no ice physics or anything, so far as I can tell. I'm gonna stick with the settings. Oh, hopefully, I don't remember which race you get the boost power up after, if it's this one or the next one. If I have it, I didn't equip it. Oh, that's right. This is the one with the really easy shortcut. Makes it easy. And you're gonna have to be
Lap
good at the
2.
track. These drops look cool, but there's no pitch control like there would be in F-Zero or Wipeout that had some depth to flying in the air like that.
Lap 3.
It feels like a 3-hit combo sometimes when I'm doing these boosts.
Lap 4.
These with side boosts, those sort of like the instantaneous side boost sort of decomposes the turning input more than it would be in a normal racing game where like everything is measuring out lengths of time and very analog in nature. The idea of like, this is a 2-boost turn versus this is a 3-boost turn is something that is a lot more discrete and easy to understand. Looks like I'm getting ready to lap the yellow racer. That one's a piece of cake. Ah, shoot. I forgot to start the recording, so I'm not gonna have a separate video for this.
Super.
Vastitas is a...
I think the background in those dialogue scenes is the same for all 5 planets. It's
This
just
one
different color.
doesn't look like there's any... This is...
I've definitely got the boost upgrade by now. Yeah, I've got the boost and shield, so I could have equipped the boost last time. Stick with these car settings. Working well so far. The trouble race that I just practiced. Couldn't get the quick start.
Lap 2.
There. Got him. Oh man, and then that friggin' autopilot car goes up and screws everything up.
Lap 4. Final lap.
There, but the enemy is not far behind. Oh no. I'm afraid we're making turns like that. Oh no, no. Ah, shoot. Totally messed it up at the end. Alright, I'm gonna give it another try. That did go pretty smoothly. I just screwed it up at the last second. 210.
I'm sorry.
So I know that 209 was the time I won with previously.
Hey. All right.
Doesn't look like there's any sharp curves.
Oops. Being big enough for all three of us.
Lap 2.
Okay. Is Max Verstappen up here?
Lap 3.
Very good.
Lap 4.
Oh no. Mr. Garage usually misses me completely. They got me that time. Oh man. It's gonna be really frustrating to lose. The last second. Ah man. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it there. Don't want to get stuck on this track again. So I'm gonna take a little break. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on stream, and for the YouTube video, I have no idea how I'm gonna edit this. I might just upload it raw as is. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing Cyber Speedway, and I'll come back and finish it off later.